The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of rmconair.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
My name is Steph Shear. I'm the founder and executive director of Americans for Safe Access. We have a nonprofit and a 501c4. My name is Steph Shear. I'm the founder and executive director of Americans for Safe Access. We have a nonprofit and a 501c4. And to create a federal distribution program this year. I met with the Department of Justice, but we were told that that we're inside now, that this was the first of many meetings.
It also serves to lower the number of collectors and cooperatives by excluding those who simply can't meet the criteria established by the City Council. San Francisco, Oakland, Palm Springs, Santa Barbara, they're achieving the goal of regulating.
Actually allow at least one, maybe two places to open in the county that can.
So we got a special guest for you tonight. She's going to be calling in a little bit, maybe about 4 or 5 more minutes. Letitia Pepper. She's the one that we work off of when we write up these citations. We try to figure out how to decode the Prop 64, the AUMA stuff. She wrote up this paper here where she broke it down for us, the legal part, all the red parts. And it's not too hard to find. So she's going to handle our harder questions. Call in 323-965-1600. She's going to be talking to us for about 15 minutes. So don't forget, the show is sponsor-based. To keep it going for the next episode, we need 12 more episodes to the election. Tonight, we're going to talk about the bottom 5 on this card. Some of these citations in here on why they're so important. And let's see, what else we got here? We got our guest tonight. We got Bernard over here. How's it going, Bernard?
Good morning.
All right. We got Anthony over here. How's it going, Anthony?
It's going pretty good, brother. How you doing?
All right, all right. Speedy, how you doing over there, buddy?
Righty ho. I'm good.
All right. Man, we got like so many people in the house. Let's see, what was I going to do? The first part, we're pretty much going to talk about we're going to talk about Letitia pretty much in a minute. The ASA video I played, most of these videos, they start failing out. It's hard to communicate some of the stuff that I dig up. 6 time use and stuff. Basically, it's hard to tell you a story sometimes when you have all these distractions. You got this group says that they're with this group. Everybody tries to say they're trying to help you out. And they're all just twisting some words in some other way. Like, how many people know the difference of what this Prop D pre-ICO, this lift the ban thing is? How many people know the difference of that between the LA MRSA? How many people know the difference between the MRSA? How many people know the difference between the Prop 64? Why is this important? I'm not. This is important, and I don't have all the words for why, but Letitia has harder questions. We're gonna try to figure out. Okay. So look, I get this text the other day. Hey, did you hear I got arrested at the Cannabis Education Forum? I was like, okay. Well, it is pro AUMA group, and she was passing out flyers. I decided to go to the Michael Moore screening for Revolution LA because I figured I would get something out of it instead of the same burnout, fucking fluffed up pro AUMA message from Miss Lynn Lyman and all these other people. So logic sorted that one out for me. But anyways, if I would have went there, I would have been in handcuffs because I would have been handing out the rest of these, doing the same exact thing. You got that picture where she's in the handcuffs? Put that one up there for a minute. Somewhere up in there. So it's like so I was like I'm not trying to be a hater, but at the same time, it's like, are you gonna be ignorant? You're gonna go to a function and the girl says it's not a public event. That's how she got her citizen's arrest. Well, how are you gonna be in the cannabis community? All this nonsense for cannabis. You threaten people over here with some other stupid shit. Then she told me on some bullshit about threatening me for some slander. You gonna have worse problems than that out of me. So it's like, where do you draw the line with these organizations? Because they're twisting everything around. You know, Bernard, he got a nice little idea. What do you think is we should throw together?
I personally think right now, just to bomb the entire LA MRSA, the entire system, because we have it great right now.
Tell me about that idea you were talking about with the signatures.
We just lay a little piece of paper down underneath the other signature, because most people don't even know what they're signing. Most people will be able to. I can walk up and say,
what's the short version of idea for the people that don't understand the complex version?
I put a petition up in front of you, which is the LA MRSA. Right below that, we put a piece of paper that takes your signature right off the petition, and you will sign it because we will tell you that.
Why would we go through the hassle of signing both of those? What's the best part of that?
Well, it's a Robin Hood syndrome. We're basically going to take away from one and we're going to give to the other where it's well deserved.
We don't like to pay for
one we do.
Promoting what we really talk about. And that's how you guys create wealth, or not wealth. It's creative financing. Your signature is not worth shit until you sign a voter registration card.
Exactly.
Once you sign a voter registration card and you apply it the way Bernard is talking about it, there's different ways we can create money for different things. You know, I've talked different scenarios about the money that's left on the table from the people that are getting booths at a regular event and then at high times. That's all we need is the difference that you could do that throughout a season. It's a lot of variables. And just like the AUMA people are laughing about, you just pay for the professional signature collectors and you force it in.
You know, the best part about that is that we were actually at High Times Cannabis Cup in San Bernardino. We had a paid petitioner turn around and take the CCHI paper, which we normally were running up there, and they turned around for absolutely nothing. And that petition gatherer turned around and got that signature on the one petition, which was absolutely the best thing ever. And at the end of the day, they took a dump. They didn't make any money off that signature, but the other petitions that they were running, they actually made a bomb killing on, because it was, I guarantee they were at least at 300 on each petition that day. 26,000 people sitting there, walking right past them, and they were all registered California voters. Absolutely awesome.
Oh, she's on?
Awesome.
Okay, go ahead and let's take the caller, Miss Letitia. Hello? Caller? Hello, Letitia?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm fine.
You're live on air?
Good.
There's so many different things that we could be talking about. I would like to go, let's see. We have at least 10 or 15 minutes, and you know more about this than I do. I just fumbled my way through it, but the thing is me and one of the other gentlemen that are in this room are the people harassing everybody everywhere to register to vote. You got two people in here that are doing that, like, relentlessly. And so I don't know if you know who Bernard Bryan is, but he's here. And
I've heard of him, yes.
He's helped the CCHI team figure some stuff out in the past. I'm on the official CCHI team. None of these, ill-willed version. Anyway, so I would like to know what's the most relevant stuff we need to be talking about. I have a list of little stuff that's, some questions I have that I want to ask you, but is there some stuff off the top of your head that you want to go into first?
Yeah, actually, you gave me a great lead in by saying that you are out there harassing people to get registered to vote. And it's really interesting because I've talked to people, and they say they don't like Prop 64. And then I say, well, how are you going to vote on it then? And they say they're not going to vote.
Yeah, it's like, we'll have to vote for it.
Well, no, here's the thing. This is like really important for people to know. I don't know why they don't understand it. It has to get one more yes vote than the no vote. If it's that close, if it gets one more no vote, it won't pass. So everybody who doesn't go and vote no is going to help it pass. And I have to tell you, the city that I live in, Riverside, California, I think it's got like 300,000 people now, maybe more. But at one time, there was an election, and it was for like an award of the city. It's like one section of the city. And the guy who I had helped get elected was a rat fink. And so I wanted somebody to run against him. No one would run against him, so I ran against him. And then another person put their name in, and we both ran against him. And all the Democrats actually were out there working for him. Well, not all of them. The ones who were like the old-fashioned corporate Democrats, they all were pushing him. But the more progressive Democrats behind the scenes were working against him. I was a Green Party member, and I was running against him as a Green Party member. And I didn't win, but he lost, which was the whole reason I ran. He lost by 3 votes. 3 votes! 3 votes that kept that guy who was a fascist from getting back into office. So everybody's vote really does count. So everybody who's out there, if you were the one to give that one vote that tipped it into not passing, wouldn't you feel good? And wouldn't you feel bad if you weren't that vote, So you're doing like one of the best things you can do. Get people to register to vote and tell them why.
All right. Thank you for that. So Section 8 talks about sentencing and whose cases are able to be changed from felonies to misdemeanors and those type of things. Off the top of your head, do you have any comments on that right away before we dig into any particular citations?
Well, yeah, I do. And one of the things I have to say, and it's, this thing is just filled with all these little come-ons. They put little things in there they can point to it and go, hey, come on, vote for this, it'll be good. Hey, come on, vote for this, it'll be good. So the idea that it's going to release pot prisoners from jail and prison is one of the big come-ons. First, let me point out something I've been pointing out on the Internet. If you go to any of these cannabis events, you'll see people like Stephanie Landau and Sherry Sicard. They'll have up posters with the pictures of people who are in prison, and they'll have their sad stories. They're in, prison for life.
Well, some of our friends are donating a lot of money to them organizations too.
Well, yeah. Well, those organizations, they're taking money. Supposedly, the idea is they're taking money so that they can, maybe they're sending the people who are in prison care packages. Maybe they're sending
I've seen
putting money on their book. I hope they're putting money on their book, right?
I've seen a whole bunch of money orders every time. I see a lot of. I think they're pretty legit on that side.
I haven't investigated, but I think that's the idea.
I think they're good. Also, I think they're good on that. I think they put in a lot of money, a lot of work over there. I think I've seen a lot of that. I don't really want to.
I have certainly been to events where they have been there collecting.
Stationaries. There's a lady. I wish I would have scheduled her to call. The Miss Excellence. I forgot. I didn't bug her about what her actual charges were, but something happened, and I guess she had a pretty serious impact in her life because of a marijuana-related situation.
It affects a lot of people really badly. It's true. And so one of the things that they're doing for people
she had mentioned that her felony of whatever it was going to go to a misdemeanor, and if this thing passes, and I wish I would have asked her more, but maybe she'll call in, maybe she's watching.
Well, you know what? And that is a really good comment, because you wish you had asked her more. Because the way this is going to work, if people read that thing really carefully, one of the things that you'll see is it's pretty wordy. It's written and it's pretty complex to read. But when you read it, you realize that if the offense for which the person was convicted is something that is, if Prop 64 not an offense, then they can apply to have their sentence reduced to a misdemeanor, but then they'll be on probation after that. It's not all walk out of jail free, right? And you have to apply, and the judge can decide to deny it if he decides you're still a risk to society. So it's no like, oh, wonderful, get out of jail free. But the main thing I want to point out here, and that's why it's important to get people on and get their specific fact situations, because it has to have been something that was an offense, and when Prop 64 passes, it's not an offense anymore. So I was trying to figure out what that could be, because Prop 64 still leaves a lot of things as not okay, that they're still illegal. For example, everybody thinks, oh, we'll get to grow 6 plants, right? Everybody says, oh, we get to grow 6 plants. No, you actually don't. It says in one part you can grow a maximum, okay, of 6 plants.
Now this is without getting a license. This is just the recreational free for all part.
No. It doesn't say you can grow the 6 plants without getting a license, because later on, see, these things, you have to read the whole damn thing. You read one part and it sounds good, but then you read on and what it tells you is this. Every city and county is authorized under this law, if it passes, to tax, control, and regulate marijuana. Not just the state is going to tax, control, and regulate marijuana. All cities and counties have the right to do that. And that means one of the things they can do is, you want to grow marijuana in your city, in your house, in your yard? Guess what? Your city can pass a law that says, sure, you can grow marijuana, but you have to get a permit from us, or you have to get a license from us. Oh, and if you have to do that, you know what? We're going to charge you. We have to charge you because we have to have an inspection system. Oh, and if you get a permit or a license to grow in your house or in your yard, you're going to have to sign to get the permit an agreement that we can conduct warrantless searches whenever we want.
So the police can just run up in our house. You know, I got this one idea. I want to go to the media portion of the LAPD and ask for an official interview in the name of the show and tell them, like, officially I'm with the against the legalization thing for November. It's like, it's got to give me like an open for real, like to just like have somebody sit down and look, watch this. If the regular people, the shit really affects ain't reading it, we know damn well the police are not going to be reading it individually. So the way it's going to work mechanically is their superior is going to tell them the way you're going to change your job is in this area, a little bit this way, a little bit in this way. You can do all this shit to them in this area, and we're going to have teams set up to go do this, this, and this, and this, and this, specifically for these other lists of scenarios. And then here's what I see. All these complaints about these videos where people are getting shot by the police, from the police interactions going haywire, you can't tell me these 62 pages isn't going to create more of these youngsters dipping out of these illegal sessions they're about to have. See, these people are throwing these illegal sessions after the election, and they're saying, like, all right, celebrating legalization, but they don't realize that not only are they not doing patient collective agreements at every booth, but now they're going to be required to have a permit that doesn't exist. And so
not only that, but it makes it illegal to give marijuana away. So if anybody's giving away samples or anything like that, busted.
So all the dab lines are gone.
Yep.
Okay, so this is the way it's really going to play out. They're gonna do it anyways, and then the part where the police used to be able to be deflected off the door at half of them, they're just going to run up in there just because they can.
Yeah.
This is crazy. These people are throwing these mega events. They won't throw $5 at the show. It's ridiculous. They're throwing all this stuff. I had people contact me. They were like, how can we help support the organization without giving you cash? I'm like, well, if you're not going to read the 62 pages, if you're not going to go write the materials, I don't know what's left for you to do activism-wise. If you're not going to show up to the things, you know, it's like I got all the time to go do all the stuff that the real stuff is. I mean, you got people that are getting up there in age and understanding and keeping up with everything. You can't run around and keep up with all the stuff that they're doing.
Oh, you're right. It's really hard to keep up with everything. It's a constant battle.
Well, let's talk about the cannabis fake education forum full of faketivists event that was... I had a +1. I think you were my +1 to that event. You know, we had tickets to that.
Are you talking about in West Hollywood?
Yes, the one in, yes.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm sorry I missed you there, but, you know, I was kind of busy being hauled off to jail.
You want to comment on any of that or whatnot?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because
So,
I gave her an opportunity to speak her opinion on it, and it was it included a threat of slander in response. It was kind of humorous, you know.
You mean you called up Amanda Hyde and offered her an opportunity to explain herself on the radio?
Well, here's the thing. In 2010, I quit watching TV, and I decided to, if I wanted to know what the news was, to go wherever and contact the people and figure out what the news really is.
Yeah.
And I don't hang out with regular people anymore, so I have my tactics on how to find them. If I could get Ed Rosenthal on the show now, I could use a little help there.
Yeah, that would be good.
So, well, look, okay, so the reason I brought that up is not really to talk smack about them. It's to point out the importance of the separations you have to take. You have to be aware of who has the agenda that's not really in your favor, and how you can't really be aware of all of it as a regular person, okay? But you have these groups. Okay, if this is literally supposed to be a cannabis education forum that you're freaking invited the public, the community to, okay, it's fine if you're trying to indoctrinate them into the pro-Prop 64 side. That's fine, okay? I go to those things just to try to figure out how they're doing it. And but the bottom line is, if someone's putting some bullshit where they're pushing a line against somebody who's a real activist one way or another to literally cause them harm, especially some handcuff stuff, especially a citizen's arrest, you gotta go through a whole lot of being a jerk. Like, I'm not even that much of a jerk, you know?
Well, I think that Amanda Hyde, the person who had me arrested, was just terribly offended because I think she was feeling very officious and she felt like she could tell me to leave. And, you know, hey, you can't tell people to leave a public event if they're not doing anything bad or wrong.
My interpretation that I got from her is that you went up there and her interpretation, or what the fuck it's called, what she said to me sounded like, it wasn't her fucking words, is what I remember how it was.
Okay.
Was that you just went up there and acted a fool and disrupted a bunch of stuff. Okay, but that's the easy go-to for anybody to say about anybody in this position. But either way, who gives a shit? It's a cannabis education forum. Okay, we got Beth Savage running around tearing booths up at high times. So I don't, I'm down to break the law to change the law. I really don't care. So I'm not down to put somebody in handcuffs over the stupid shit.
Well,
so
let me just say,
that makes a statement.
I did not break the law. You don't need to break the law to upset these people. All you have to do is hand out information that they don't like. And we handed out information they didn't like, which basically it demonstrates why Prop 64 is really bad.
Can you email what is it, Roscoe's Media Center at gmail.com, what those flyers were right now, and we'll post them up on the show right now.
So you want me to email you what it was exactly that I got busted for handing out? Sure.
If you want to. If you want to.
Of course. So wait a minute. I gotta get it for my email here. So
I use my stripper name. You can't. Nobody could serve me an actual sue me anything.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. So I sent it to Roscoe, right? Okay. So wait a minute. Is that Roscoe laughing in the background?
No, that's me. That was. Never mind.
That was you. Okay. So tell me where I emailed this, and then your fans can email you too.
Roscoe's Media Center at gmail.com, and that's going to go straight to my engineer right now.
Roscoe with an S, Media Center at Gmail?
Yes.
So, there's not an apostrophe in the Roscoe, is there?
No.
No, that wouldn't work, would it? Okay, now I just have to search my files
and
here.
Then we're gonna go to a smoke break in another minute or two, and we're gonna come back and go around the room. You know what? For about a minute or so, you guys, before we go to smoke break, you guys want to ask Letitia any questions while she's on the phone with us?
What were your views on the regulations that they had in the back? I was curious on there's some interesting guidelines on how they're referring to hemp and whether it's industrial hemp and whether or not the here it is, means fiber, oil, seed, crop. There's some interesting stuff.
Speak up a little bit into
Section
the mic.
9. Let's see here. Where's it at? All the way in the back, the very, very back. There's some issues with hemp that I was concerned with. trying to find it here.
Let me first ask you, are you looking at something that's in Prop 64, or are you
Yes.
looking at something in MRSA?
In
Prop 64.
Okay, just checking.
Short version,
Let's see here.
the petition,
This is the very last page.
Very last page.
bottom right.
Let's see here.
Anybody else have any questions for?
Letitia, do you believe that this is Bernard, do you believe that there is a lot of money going to go to the governors in the fiscal year 2022, 2023, which looks like $50 million each year to go to the governor's office of business and economic development?
Oh.
That's a lot of money.
Well, let me tell you, one of the things I've been telling people about this is that what it really is, it's a way of creating this huge slush fund that's under the governor's control. All the money, every penny, fines, taxes, city and state and local, all the tax money, everything, goes to the Bureau of Marijuana Control. And that decides what to do with it. And it's limited in what it can do with it because it has to use it to run the program. So they're expecting they'll get $1 billion a year to run this program. None of it can be used for, can't be go to the general fund, can't be for water projects, can't be for roads, no highways.
Sounds like
can't go
a
to
lot of
public
retirements.
schools. Yeah, and here's the thing about it, right? So that's a ton of money, right? Now, they can't possibly need all of that for marijuana. Look, they use the taxes on gas and other stuff for things besides running gas stations or, whatever. So what it's going to do is it's going to, give people an incentive to donate money to the person who controls all that money. And the governor is going to control all that money. He's going to control $1 billion because he gets to appoint people to the Board of Marijuana Control, and he can fire them. If you have the power to appoint, you can remove them if you don't like what they're doing. So he totally controls what's going on. The people who decide if what they did was not okay, like an appeal panel, he appoints them too. He's going to control all that money, and that people are going to make campaign contributions to him because they're going to get the contracts. The
rumor has it for why
licenses.
Monsanto's in it is that they're trying to control the seeds to where it leads to outlawing home cultivation.
Oh, it's already set up.
Yep.
It's written in a way that the legislature...
Now, I don't know how to explain to just the average person that just tells me no, like they're going to vote for this anyways. Like, I don't know how to explain it to them anyways. But it's like, that's an issue.
It's really hard. They wrote it to be confusing. But here's one thing you can say. In Prop 64, in the middle of all that confusing stuff, there's a little short section that's pretty clear. And it's Section 10, Amendment. And when you read it, you realize that it gives the legislature the power to change anything in there.
215 right there. Somebody. Okay, look. So these little flyers I have. I have a code. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Sweet.
Yeah, I got a question. It's like a kind of a layman's question about.
We're gonna take us out to smoke break after your question.
Yeah, the point in this that says possess an open container or open package of marijuana or marijuana products while driving, operating, or riding in the passenger seat or compartment of a motor vehicle, etc. So that's talking about marijuana right now and marijuana products.
That's everything.
So now,
marijuana products is pretty much defining everything.
If you have a bag that's closed, is that considered an open package?
It's got to be in the trunk.
Now, does that also go for, say, like vape pens? Because I use vapes. So now a vape pen, which is
if it's the THC type, it's got to be in the trunk.
To have that in the trunk of my car?
In the trunk.
Is it already
like too short? In the trunk.
Is it already required that way?
Let me make a comment here, okay?
Yeah. We're not voting for however it already is.
No, I know, I understand.
We're voting against what they're doing.
No, but people want to know, right? So
because
here's the deal.
They got to keep it in order logically.
I did what she said. You kind of keep reading on,
and
that actually leads me to trying to find the words about vape and marijuana products and other things. Because
we got a song for that
flowers,
too.
They define flowers and leaves. But I didn't see,
we actually got a vaping song. That was number 12.
Yeah.
Take us out to smoke break with the vaping song. Hey guys,
smoke flowers.
Hey, come on, man. We got a show here. You got to follow the direction. You got to pay attention. So we're gonna take it.
That was my question, though.
All right. So, Letitia, did you have any response for that?
Yeah.
All
okay.
right.
First, if the people who are listening can tell, there's sort of a lot of confusion about this. And that's one of the problems. If it's not written clearly so people can have an argument or confusion about what it means, that is going to be a disaster. because people will do something thinking they understand what it means, and the police will say, no, that isn't what that means, and they'll arrest you, and you'll have to go to court, and a judge will have to decide. So this is going to be happening all over. And, one of the things they do is they get people to plead guilty so you don't have to go through a trial, and so these issues will never be finally resolved. Because sometimes when things are confusing, they remain confusing, and people get tripped up by them until finally it goes through court and there's a final decision. So this thing is written to be so confusing. It's like full employment for marijuana attorneys.
We're gonna go to smoke break. We'll have you call in about 15 more minutes if you would like to listen in for the rest of the show. Okay, some other questions could pop up because I'd like to try to with the distance, it's hard to try to figure out have you being in a seat with us for the whole show.
Okay.
Something's got.
So you want me to call back?
Yeah, we're gonna go to smoke break right now. We're gonna play some songs. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about Zv's over here, his projects, and his direct opinion on some of these citations over here. And then we're going to talk about Anthony, and somewhere in the middle there, we'll have you in like a bystander over here. So listening in.
Okay. And do you want me to answer the question about hemp too at some point?
Yeah, we'll handle that towards the end part.
Okay, that'll work.
All right. And I want to say thank you to my sponsors, and happy birthday to Tia Snoozy and the Two Stone crew. They sent me some shirts for my birthday, for their birthday, and thank you. And we're gonna go out with this vaping song on OG Daddy V's the Collective track. You wanna roll that?
Me and my peeps, we always vaping it up. When we in the streets, we keep bad bitches with us. We spin paper. Me and my peeps, we blow big smoke in the air. I guarantee you see vape pens everywhere.
When you see Daddy V, I'm in the wind. Paper chasing again as I puff on the G-pen. I'm in the coupe, smoking like a flute. Hey, where you get this from? I got it from Snoop.
It comes in a kid with the nicest head.
Go ahead, try it out.
This the shit.
Hold on, nigga, get your own. Better check with Smoke DeVille before they gone. He got 'em
Wholesale, motel, Holiday Inn.
We up at the compound vaping again. Clouds getting chased, girls moving their waist. While DJ Snoopadelic, the homies, the bitches, the riches, the clothes. Hitting the G-pen, blowing donut holes. Hot box without a doubt. Now the owner of the club trying to throw us out. Cause
me and my peeps, we always vaping it up. When we in the streets, we keep bad bitches with us.
We spin paper.
Me and my peeps, we blow big smoke in the air. I guarantee you gon' see clouds everywhere. It's what we
When it comes to my wig, I'm doing it big.
blow smoke everywhere I go.
You dig? The haters get mad and talk that stuff. But I'll be looking at them like,
Shut the fuck up.
it's just a vape pen, vape smoke, simply miss. So please, Mr. Officer, get off my dick. It's no smell, no odor, no fuss. So what the popo get? Fuck a no smoking sign. I'ma always have a vape pen going for mine. At the mall, the movies, the grocery store.
Could you please not do that, sir?
Hell no.
I kept blowing, wasn't nobody knowing, enjoying myself for show. But then I got spotted, then they all plotted and said that I had to go.
You know, cause
Me and my peeps, we always vaping it up. When we in the streets, we keep bad bitches with us.
we spin
Me
paper.
and my peeps, we blow big smoke in the air. I guarantee you gon' see clouds everywhere. It's what we do.
Every time I do meds, like the forecast said,
It's clouds overhead. Ain't no sunshine.
not at all. Just a room full of smog, oil, wax, a sticky treat. Don't matter to me, long as I'm looking like
Smokey. Party at the homie house. Please don't wreck the pad. Breaking all the goodies out. Vaping and taking dabs.
now half of these fools ain't even my friend. But since they like smoking wax,
Here we go again.
bomb, nail, torch, it's lit. Go ahead, my nigga, hit that shit. Pull. Now relax and let it go.
Me and my peeps, we always vaping it up. When we in the streets, we keep bad bitches with us.
We spend paper.
Me and my peeps, we blow big smoke in the air. I guarantee you gon' see clouds everywhere.
It's what we do. People all around the world smoking everything under the sun. Weed or shatter or wax is the best way to have some fun. I'm not even trying to clown, doing cocaine or taking pills. But if you fuck with that, then you need to head for the hill. Let them out.
We the
Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Police in helicopter. A search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets. Searching for cali weed. Soldiers in the field. Burning the cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. Soldier in the herb field, burning the cali weed. Police in helicopter, a search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets, searching for cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane field. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane field. Police in helicopter, a search for marijuana. Policemen in the streets, searching for cali weed. Policemen in the field, burning the cali weed. But if you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. If you continue to burn up the herbs, we gonna burn down the cane fields. We don't trouble your banana. We don't trouble your corn.
Willie Nelson smoking. Cheech Marin smoking. Tommy Jones smoking. Woody Harrelson smoking. Marianne Roskamp smoking. Go ahead, blaze it up, get up, get up.
Dennis Barone, Prop 215. Couldn't have one without him, if you know what I mean. Richard Lee started with a single gram, then started University of Amsterdam. If you wanna grow your own weed, go to Mark Emery to get some seeds. We wanna see Eddie left back on the street. Jack Herrera, rest in peace. Dedicated to all the bud heads out there who love. Shouts out to all the collectives who got. You know my boy Johnny 420, he got. The collective, baby, baby. OG, Daddy V is in full motion.
Yeah. just a pimp. Pimp. Yeah. I'm just a pimp.
I rise early like the birds while you probably still asleep. Exercise spoken words, keep my mental at its peak. Catch me choking on some herbs right before a nigga eat. Be a cutie with some booty and you probably scared to speak. While I'm macking everything, just looking sexy in a skirt. Especially when she like to flirt, rushing on her way to work. All my hoes, the congregation, I be preaching like this church. Like, damn, you looking fly, girl, let's hit 'em where it hurts. I'm out to stay high like an eagle on his perch. Like fame certified with this ism, I'm reverse. Pay attention to this pimpin' and we're wishing for the first. Bitch, this ain't no intervention, just enough to quench your thirst. Call me daddy, it's some pimpin', bitch, I know what hoes need. Better get your heels to clicking for your feet grow weeds. When it's time to pay the rent and buy a bunch of groceries, I'm a beast, I make 'em walk until they fucking toes bleed. I'm a fiend.
I'm just a pimp.
You know.
You know that I know that you are. Pimp. Yeah. You'll always be. I'm just a pimp.
I'm colder than the snow caps on Mount Rainier. Northwest. Old school like a throwback, turn it out with the gear. Hoes bring me big stacks, should be the Mac of the year. Just flipped that new Jag, but got the lack right here. Sip genuine draft, but like Heineken beer. They say I'm on the wrong path, but the road looks clear. I'm only out for the cash, to bless the fam and my peers. Why you cats scared to ask, I'm spitting game in the ears. And no, I don't smoke lows, I only fuck with Bugatti frames. So niggas got jokes, I've been the range on you sorry lames. See, what they wanna know is how I max so well. Tell them bastards go and practice with a fat female. Man, partner wants some drama shit, he might go tell. Same night as baby mama stripping at the hotel. About this money, I'm no dummy, came to instigate changes. Raised in Cali where it's Tunny, the one and only Mac famous. I'm a
pimp. I'm just a pimp. You know that I know that you are. Pimp. You'll always be mine. I'm just a pimp.
Shout out our sponsors real quick. We got Brother Fern, Anthony over here. I don't even know how many companies you got going on. We'll get to that later. So thank you for being a sponsor. We got Loop Master Dave Flower sponsor, Two Stone sponsor, the Bud Flower, Jerry KLA, Flower Dabs, Dab Avenue. Man, he got that banana too. The Hip Hop Show, No on AUMA, Hugo from Secret Sesh, he helped out too. He ended up being weird at the end, but he still helped out. Stone Still, Miss Kima, Pink Lincoln Extracts. Do you guys realize you got people from out of state representing to fight this thing more than some of the people here? Now, I'm not talking about people here specifically, but I mean people here in the state. This shit is important. You know, shout out to Jack Harrer, Imperial Hemp Company, and Jesus. You know, Two Stone. Happy birthday, Miss Tia. All right, so I want to introduce Speed to you.
Hello.
You know, this man of mystery, but very creative in his own lane. That's the key. Figure out who you are not. I don't want to do the show. I don't want to be on this mic. I have to. I've been revealed too many different things. Can't unsee what I understand. So somehow I have to dump this beach of information through a funnel. He does it through his art. Multimedia. It's beautiful. Tell us about it. Tell us who you are.
Well, I write for stories about weed.
That's
pretty much.
That's what's up. What type of stories?
Fiction.
Describe what your lane is.
I'll absorb anything and everything that I come across in weed culture, and then I'll make shit up about it.
All right. I checked out your website. I can't remember the shit right this second, but I checked out almost all of it, and the videos were dope.
The videos is my brother does.
The videos I couldn't figure out how to get. I was too faded to fucking figure out how to get the links for all the shit I watched, but they were dope. So I recommend go to what's your website again? What's the website?
It's in that video. Is his company.
I can't remember the shit right now.
Hold it now. Come on, come on. Huh. All right, y'all.
Off the chain. Get off the chain, get loose. Off the chain.
Are we a fantasy swimming in theocracy? We are far from holy, the wholeness of one. Repeat after me.
Check it. Chronic low, good name, you know I'm faded. Intoxicated off that Henny, blowing haze with the Philly up in the day.
Feel the day. Any place that you happen to be. If you're feeling up, just do what you need.
What if I couldn't be free to eat ice cream?
To play my music.
To dress like I want.
To dance.
Time, here we go again. All right, come on. Get down, hold it, come on. Oh, wait a minute now. Huh. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, I know you got soul. Pump the beat, the whole beat, y'all.
Sweet, that shit was dope.
That's not my shit. That's my brother's shit.
Help us understand
He don't
what
come
you're
out
talking
of his
about there?
cave. He doesn't come out of his cave. He likes being behind the camera more than I do. I like being behind words.
All
So
right, right.
I like to come out, but so don't get the wrong idea. You're not in the presence of that greatness.
You want to talk to us about your weed stories?
But I like weed stories. I like writing fiction about weed, and I'm a little bit more political about everything I do.
Let us know some of the stories.
So it's socially relevant.
What types of stuff do you talk about in your show? I like your artwork. It's pretty good. I ran out of time on getting the images up and all the videos, but they're really dope. They're on his website.
Yeah, I do like. I'm writing.
Where's that card at?
I'm writing trashy stuff and crass stuff, and then I'll write real fantastically
SmokingCannabis.com.
romantic
Go
shit.
check out SmokingCannabis.com.
SmokingCannabis.com.
There's really good artwork on there, multimedia stuff, and some people they're in their own lane where it's hard to communicate. Like with stuff, it's hard to communicate this Prop 64 stuff. We know it's really bad. But we're the people,
the
like
use of marijuana.
the people with the CCHI team. That's how I know you.
Yeah, we met through CCHI.
Thanks for representing. I know. I couldn't have met you unless it was through putting in work. You know what I mean?
I was going to a bunch of those gatherings.
What do you think about how important
year.
this is?
Excuse me?
What do you think about how important this is?
Well, it's like It sounds to me the way she really explained it really well, the pepper. It sounds like they're really like the party's over. Oh, and by the way, we're gonna fuck you too. So like it's not even like
really
they're ending
controlled,
like
but
the
it's hard
whole
to
thing with the
translate.
events, that it's a real good metaphor how all the events are gonna stop now. So you gave everybody this
Well, they're
beautiful
going to be
fucking
illegals because they're still throwing the events at least.
Nobody
this year.
abused the
They
event.
got so many events planned this year. It's ridiculous. I'm just like, I don't want to be rude to the people I know, but I'm really gonna be laughing if I see them in handcuffs.
But it's terrible. Like the party's over, and then we're gonna fuck you, as well. Like we're gonna say, well, you know, if you were caught in a fight and you had marijuana on you, we're using that as a
they're really
violent
going for
criminal
taking the
with
seeds.
drugs.
Right.
And then that's
They're
not
like trying
like,
to take
oh,
the
that's
seeds
the guy
away.
we'll let
They're
out of
trying to kill the
jail. He
medical
gets
game.
screwed anyway.
This is real.
Yeah, because he would have just got a misdemeanor by punching a guy, but he had weed on him when he punched him, so he went into fucking jail.
What do you have to say about this hemp stuff?
And that's the fucked up part. So people are getting fucked on that. level.
Is Pepper
So that's
still
a
on
really
line?
bad thing.
I don't
That's
know
what
if we
I
got
saw in
callers
this.
in
That's really kind of fucked up about this entire thing.
Which one of the citations stand out to you?
Which one is that?
I forgot to ask you that. My bad.
Well, the kills event, I think, is a really intense thing.
Oh yeah, that one where that's the free stuff they can't give out. Okay, so but see, people are missing the part where that includes the dab lines. No more dab lines.
Right.
No more running up to the stage for the whole reason why you came there. You came there because you could get faded for free theoretically, or your little $25, $50, $100 you paid for the goodie bag that was super dope, worth it to make your money on that.
Bracelet and a butt plug.
In other words. Well, we're running out of time, so I need to switch over to.
Is Pepper still on the line actually?
I don't know if we got
Can we get her to call back in?
callers in. No, so that whatever reason we got technical problem, so we don't need this. But so
Well done.
Run it back. How you doing over there, Anthony?
Doing good. I'm doing good. I just had some concerns. If she's still listening, I don't know. Well, we could discuss it though.
I can ask her later. Go
It's
ahead.
just because, like in section 2AC in the very front, it's a bit of a rant I'm going to go on, but like non-medical being untaxed and harmful. Let's see here. Let's see here. Setting up a 2E, setting up a system governing marijuana businesses at a state level and
faded. I need
safeguard
a page
local
right now.
control, allowing local governments to regulate marijuana-related activities.
Okay, but the local is the board of supervisors for
Yeah.
right
That's
now where we're
that's
at
the thing.
today.
Like I'm saying, they're setting up a board of supervisors in terms of marijuana-related activities. But then in terms of the back here, like I said, in the very, very back, they're saying the possession, use, purchase, sale, cultivation, processing, manufacturing, packaging, labeling, transportation, storage, distribution, use, and transfer of industrial hemp shall not be subject to the provisions of divisions in Division 10 of the Business and Professions Code, but instead shall be regulated by the Department of Food and
Oh, we got the caller
Agriculture.
in. Let's take the caller real quick. I fudged it up last time. Hello, caller? Which caller do we have on right now? Hello? Hello, caller?
Oh, hi. I hear somebody in the background. It's me, Letitia Pepper, calling you
Okay,
back.
hello, Letitia. Anthony has a question for you. You want to describe who you're asking on behalf of, basically, which organization?
Basically, it's just I'm trying to figure out what it is that they're trying to set up here. I know that they're setting up a system at state level. It basically says in Section 2E in the beginning that they're setting up a system governing marijuana business at a state level to safeguard local control, allowing local governments to regulate marijuana-related activities. And then in 2I it says that a comprehensive regulatory structure which every business is overseen by and a specialized agency with relevant expertise. The Department of Food and Agriculture will license and oversee marijuana cultivation, ensuring it is environmentally safe. The Department of Public Health will ensure a safe product. And then I was concerned in the back because also it says the possession, use, purchase, sale, cultivation, processing, manufacturing, packaging, labeling, transporting, storage, distribution, use, and transfer of industrial hemp shall not be subject to the provisions of the Division 10 of the Business and Provisions Code, but instead shall be regulated by the Department of Food and Agriculture in accordance with the provisions of Division 24 in the Food and Agricultural Code. So basically, I'm just concerned with how it is that they're deeming what it is that they're going to regulate, and what was it your concerns were in terms of how it was that the GMOs were, because I was completely subject to what the forum was. I was James Adamson, the president of the Medical Marijuana Technologies, was saying that currently federal law criminalizes marijuana and hemp derivatives because public opinion is still against it, and legal commercial production in the U.S. is currently handled by a patchwork of small farmers whom are not trusted by investors. A major player as Monsanto could bring confidence within government and towards investors in the market if it were to own a large part of the exploitable lands and commercial products. There is presently no way to control the production of marijuana and the quality of the strains. A GM strain produced by a company with the credentials and prestige of Monsanto would definitely lead to a massive hand to pro-legalization activists within certain spheres of government and within business world.
We got about 1 minute left to answer that.
So I'm just concerned with like what.
Okay, let me just cut to the chase. The thing that people really, really, really should be concerned about is not actually in that document. It's somewhere else, and it's in other states, just like this. The state of California and other states have already defined industrial hemp in a way to differentiate it from marijuana, and the way they defined it is by the percentage of THC in the flowering tops, right? And it's a tiny percent. It's like less than 0.3% of THC in the tops. No natural.
So is that going to make the CBD growers stop growing CBD because it's going to have too much THC in it? It's going to be called hemp?
No. Let me finish. No.
We got about 30 seconds left.
The only kind of hemp that can meet the standards that are already in the law is genetically modified organisms, hemp. Monsanto is setting this up.
So that's why George Soros is giving the DPA money.
Monsanto.
That's why George Soros is giving the DPA money to tell the linemen to tell her.
Bayer's already starting to work in conjunction. They're starting to set a joint conjunction with Monsanto.
Okay, everybody, 30 seconds. Anything else you guys want to say? 30 seconds and the show's done. Oh, we got the other caller on? Huh? Go ahead.
In the end, this policy, I believe, and I firmly believe, is basically going to sell out every patient's rights who ever considered cannabis as an alternative in the state of California. At the end of the day, there's so much money being produced and being moved to the wrong areas. We don't have any going to education, really. I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing going to move our industry forward. We're still not creating a viable industry except for the select few, especially on the hemp end. When you make...
Okay, so why is this important in 10 seconds?
10 seconds? This right here stops California from progressing to where they need to be in the hemp industry, creating jobs.
But it legalizes marijuana? What are you talking about stuff?
Legalize it, you know.
Svi, anything else? 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
No, I just really, I get it now. Like, it really, it lashes into these webbings of different things that things are attached to that go into places that none of us want to go down that rabbit hole.
Basically, yeah.
It's really a lot of it's really a lot of rabbit holes, and yeah, that cop can get you on anything.
10 seconds, Anthony. Anything else?
It's just caregivers need to start really paying attention to what's going on out there. You know, it comes really down to two aspects out in the industry. It's the patients and the caregivers, and the patients need to start demanding more from their caregivers and vice versa.
You got an opinion on any of this? How do you see it from your perspective? How is this coming at you? Have you ever heard of any of this stuff before?
Yes, I have heard of a lot of this stuff.
Tell me like 10 seconds. We're about to wrap up the show here.
So in 10 seconds to wrap up the show. This is a lot to handle.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I just say if you already had an opinion about it, you know, you have something to speak on. We're gonna thank you for everybody for being here, and you know, this show needs a little help to keep it going. So we're gonna pass a bucket before we dip out of this door here, and thank you for being a part of the Hip Hop Show. And look, this message is hard to deliver. You know, I can't just break this whole thing down word for word. You're not gonna listen to it. You know, we'll have some people here. You know, and then plus I gotta overbook it because people flake out too. Different things come up, so stuff gets rescheduled. You know, we'll have some hip hop artists on the next show for sure. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Yeah. Thank everybody for participating and being here and understanding how what it takes.
Yes, thank you, Miss Pepper, for calling in. If you're still listening.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes. Oh, she's still here. Yes.
Awesome.
Let's go get arrested together.
No, I'm sure I'll see you around at one of these.
Please, no more arrests.
Thank you.
Bye.
No on Prop 64. Everybody register to vote.
Yeah.
No.
And we out.
Medical
marijuana facilities and patients. The group is sponsoring a bill that would prohibit federal arrests of patients using cannabis in accordance with state laws. Sam Farr, Democratic representative from California, said, "Let's not bust these people who are using medical marijuana for medical purposes in their state."
Yo, you hear that?
It's a cold world we're living in. I'm sick and tired of the suffering, being judged by the government. Wake up, it's time to speak out because the way my people living ain't right. It's a cold world we're living in. I'm sick and tired of the suffering, being judged by the government. Wake up, it's time to speak out because the way my people living ain't right. It's a cold world.
Self-sovereignty is a right. You better honor time to unite and fight now, and not tomorrow. Time is borrowed. Stop living sorrow. Like that line upside your demons bottle. Hedonistic models infiltrating airwaves. How can you free your folks when they don't even know that they're slaves? Like Sister Harriet, ascend and transcend. You ain't dead or buried yet. Here's you married yet to the bride of chariots. Pick up your own sword and carry it. Seek the shaman walking in the moccasins through every set. Breaking shackles, digging tunnels, and shaking scandals. Remain humble while Rome crumbles. Sitting back and smoking humble in Babylon's concrete jungles. Flip the script, building pantheons. With my God body, Yahweh spit the truth like prophets.
It's a cold world we're living in. I'm sick and tired of the suffering, being judged by the government. Wake up, it's time to speak out because the way my people living ain't right. It's a cold world we're living in. I'm sick and tired of the suffering, being judged by the government. Wake up, it's time to speak out because the way my people living ain't right. It's a cold world.
First came the seed, then came weed. Third came the cultivation, then came green. Learned over segregation, man can't see. And worse came the hibernation, then came breed. Yeah, I know you learn your shit empirically, but typically you wouldn't open up your third eye to learn it spiritually and mentally. Your inner energy.